Assalamu alaikum, y'all. What's good with y'all? I hope you guys are well. Tuning into another episode. Abdi, how do you feel about this discussion?
Man, this was very laid back, but like very we were into this conversation.
Right.
But it was more like a beautiful, raw conversation between me and this guy that we have normally every day.
Right, just the vibing.
Yeah.
But we went deep into this topic, bro. We were talking about transitioning out of teenagehood. And we talked, a lot of what our conversation was finding your path.
Yeah.
And college and our choices between higher education and navigating that 18, 19, 20 uncertain period.
Exactly. Where the journey of just trying to find yourself and how to really do it.
Right.
But not from like how to do it from our perspective.
Right.
How to do it from your perspective.
Right.
You know
Navigating expectations.
Yeah.
Right? So that you can find out what's your nature.
Exactly. Knowing everybody's different.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that was a deadly
You are different. I'm different. But at the same day, follow your dream. I follow my dream.
Speaking of different, we have a podcast review of the week by a brother named Ahmed Too Different.
Ahmed Too Different.
Sound fly. Anyways, the brother titled this Allahumma barik Idris and Abdikarrim 5-star.
Oh, yeah?
Idris and Abdikarrim continue to inspire us Muslim youth. As a young Muslim man trying to navigate life, these brothers are helping me find my path. Can't thank you both enough. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, brother.
Man. You guys motivated me to start my own podcast. Thank you for all the advice and an alternative to music. Allahumma barik, brother.
Hey,
Allah put
shout out to you, wallahi, man.
Tap
I'm
in
so
with us.
proud
We might
of
have
you.
to do a collaboration.
Come on. Hey.
Anyways, this conversation was a beautiful conversation. Guys, go ahead and tap in. Me and Abdikarrim, we about to run out of here and get a basketball session in. I'm about to break this guy's ankles.
Would you believe it? This is the second time I've wore a beanie.
The second time?
Uh-huh.
I feel you. Trying to copy my wave. That's what you're trying to do right now.
No, my hair. I just had a bad, ugly hair day.
I feel you. I resonate with you on that so many levels.
Okay.
Hey, wait till these waves start coming out. I ain't going to put on
back?
a beanie. Oh, it's coming back.
Whoa.
Oh, it's coming back.
Uh-oh, he's coming back.
Anyways, y'all, inshallah, we're going to holler at y'all. We better
Only
get
a
a
few
hoop
people
session
know
in.
about that, man.
Yeah, they don't know about they don't know about the waves, Idris. They don't know about the waves, Idris. The waves in the beard, Idris.
God,
I was just wavy.
Yeah.
I didn't have the beard.
No, that's lit. I think you're going to enjoy having waves.
Inshallah. Anyways, y'all, we're going to holler at y'all. Better get a hoop session in. Better break my brother's ankles. We're going to holler at y'all.
Hopefully.
Welcome back to another episode of Talk Ya Haq, the podcast where we discuss the relevant topics impacting us, Muslim Western youth, to better connect with our faith, inshallah. I'm your host, Idris.
And I'm your other host, Abdikarrim.
Hey, bro.
Yes, sir.
Feels good to just be vibing today.
Come on.
Man, we had some serious episodes as of in the past. SubhanAllah. How you living though, bro? Talk to me.
Alhamdulillah. Got our first dub. Team pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, out here hooping, huh?
Yeah. I'm in this Saturday league right now. It's fun. I love it. It brings like a bunch of Muslim brothers together and some of the non-Muslims, you know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I like it. It's really dope.
Right.
You know
I think there needs to be more of that, bro. Like when you
Yeah.
first told me about it.
ENF Sports. That's you know what I'm saying?
Sports, shout out to them.
Yeah, well, they're lit. Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's such such a very competitive like game that's being played.
Right.
But at the same time, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's fun.
Yeah.
Not losing. But the losing part sucks. But it's fun.
Why do you think that's important to have?
I feel like it brings us together as a community. You know what I'm saying? Seeing everybody who lives in different areas and just getting to know from me specifically, like where I didn't grow up knowing everybody. I see new faces and say what's up to them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is just dope, and I like it so much.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. So just hooping. I mean, I wish I could be with you on the
Well, yeah, man, I do. I try to recruit this guy. This guy didn't want to play.
Listen, I probably I would have scored all the points. Let me just say that, all the reads and the points, bro, and the assists. I probably would have been like Russell Westbrook on that court.
No, you don't want to play how he's playing right now. How that guy's playing right now?
They gonna trade him though, huh? Russell Westbrook
Nah.
out the Lakers. You don't think they're gonna trade him?
I think LeBron's gonna leave.
You think okay? Please, Abdi. How can he leave? I think he has
because his contract ends this year.
Well, I don't know about all that, bro.
And ain't nothing for him. AD gets injured too much. Russ plays like Russ.
Yeah.
Melo just does his, you know what I'm saying? Melo's just Melo. But he can't, Melo can't beat a whole team again.
Low key, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Cavs are looking nice. The Cavs are in 4th place right now.
I just feel like him going to another team right now would just be...
He will.
I think he's going to retire as a Laker.
No.
Unless when Bronny gets drafted into the league, and he's gonna go to the team where his son is at.
Nope. He's gonna leave, and he's gonna make sure.
We could talk about this all day. We could talk about all this, but there's a lot of people that ain't interested in the league like that.
Come
you know
on,
what I'm saying they international. Taki Haq is international now. How you feel about that?
Wallahi, bro, every day it just surprises me the amount of just like supporters we get. Wallahi, and alhamdulillah, and it's like from all different type of backgrounds.
SubhanAllah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's so crazy to the point where I'm just like, yo, like, I didn't even think this was possible.
What if I tell you Instagram is about to hit 10K? No, excuse me, 20K.
Yeah, and that's shocking.
Didn't we just do a 10K live?
Yeah,
a month ago.
Almost a month ago.
SubhanAllah. Bro, that is SubhanAllah. That's all I can say. You know what I realized, bro? I realized that this podcast fulfills a very particular need.
Yep.
That I didn't know that we were providing until lately.
Exactly.
Once I saw the growth.
And I felt like, what's it called? Like, sorry to cut you off. No. Like, our podcast, I feel like what makes it so unique is the fact that, like, we don't do it in a formal way. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
It's more of like a conversation that we have amongst each other. And it's like, bounce off. It's just a question that's brought up. Yeah. And you talk about that question.
One of the podcasts I listen to, I have a whole bunch. I'm a podcast listener myself, So one of the podcasts I listen to is between two brothers. I think their name is, what's their names? Taimur and Ali Abdal. They're pretty. Ali Abdal, he's known. Ali Abdal, he's really known on YouTube. Yeah. But they're brothers. They have a YouTube channel, and they have this podcast called Not Overthinking. I low-key, I listen to that, right? So they'd be just talking about the human condition, the human experience, and from what I know, they're Muslim brothers, Yeah. And they just be vibing. And what's interesting, I'd be into that. So I'm like, I feel like for us, I like the formal episodes like mental health because look, that's not something that me and you could just confidently talk about and just provide to everybody. But what I found is that these episodes where it's just me and you talking about something, it's enjoyable for a lot of people, and it's enjoyable for us. Yeah. Like right now, we didn't even stress about nothing. We just hit up the record, and we set this all up and just started vibing. So alhamdulillah. But yo, bro, something's been on my mind. What's up, Minna? See this girl interrupting the conversation. Minna, what you doing? See, this is her spot right here in the corner. For those who are just listening to the audio only, we have our cat, orange cat Minna, coming right next to me on the couch.
The stallion.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. So I'm on Twitter. I recently got on Twitter. If you guys want to follow me, official Idris 2 times. I just got on Twitter, right? Yeah. Because sometimes I get thoughts like I'd be posting, like I'd be talking about on these podcasts. Yeah. I write it down. I post it, right? Yeah. No, I used to do it on Facebook, but bro, nobody on Facebook. Anyways, bro, some fascinating conversations be happening on there. Yeah. But there was somebody who posted on Twitter, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. It was a brother who said, ever since I was 18, I felt like a failure. Right. And then I'm paraphrasing here. I wish I had the screenshot, but I lost the tweet. Yeah. And he said, now I'm 25 and I feel like I'm just like, there's no point or something like that. It wasn't suicidal, but I feel like I have no motivation and drive because I feel like I'm already so behind. Something along the lines. And I remember sitting down with somebody. I was like, yo, do you see this? How can you at 18 years old feel like you failed at life? And then this person told me, well, think about what this person may be. What internalized belief, like where is this person mentally? Yeah. And bro, that opened a whole can of worms. The expectations that are set for us. This episode, I think we're going to title it, is just transitioning out of teenagehood. A lot of people be talking about this, man. So, bro, just hearing about this, man, what's your reaction? Like failing life at 18, bro? Like what's your reaction to hearing that?
Honestly, I don't really think you can ever fail in life. I think you have setbacks. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what people mistake it for, like failing. I don't think, like, the idea of failing, I think is more of like a mental thing. Okay. Just people got to realize it, like, as if, like, oh, you're only, you know what I'm saying? You're only taking 2 steps back, but there's more life ahead of you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. At the end of the day, it's like, you're just 18. I still think I'm 18, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm, like, 22 and just getting older. No. Yeah. My mind is still like this young man, right, who's still trying to figure himself out in this journey of life. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. However many minutes I have left, I don't even know. Right. You know what I mean? So that's what surprises me a lot, is because the fact that that person thought that he failed,
right.
at the age of 18 and now realize that at the age of 25 is weird is because what's it called? At that time, what did you not do to progress once you realized that where you are going ain't the direction that you want to go?
So I can't speculate for the brother, but what I can say, bro, is that a lot of us have these expectations that are set for us.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us internalize these expectations. So for example, when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
bro, what are you thinking about? Like when you're thinking about success, what is the next step after high school?
I feel like a lot of us as a teenagers don't really think about it though.
What were you thinking about at that time?
I hated school.
Okay. So you was just like, I'm trying to bounce.
Yeah, like I was like, as soon as I graduate, I'm done. You know? I feel like that's what a lot of us. I don't think, in my opinion, I truly believe no one likes school in this world. Cause I feel like school is
You'd
like
be surprised, bro. I think there's some people that enjoy it, even though it's not designed to be enjoyable for a lot of us.
Like I feel like it's just like and like your question was, what's it called? Like, what was I thinking? I was like, I was ready to get up out of here.
Right.
You seen us with the, I don't know if, I think I have it on my Snapchat, or I think you do.
Oh, yeah?
The last day of school, what we were doing. Do you remember us walking down the halls and just saying, yep, we're out of here?
Do you remember my fit that day? The day we were graduating?
I think you wore a robe? Yeah, I think this guy's wearing a robe. I don't know if I could remember.
I wore a robe with a neck pillow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I came looking drip, bro.
And that was the thing. Holy crap, this guy just opened up his mouth.
Are you scared of him, Adi?
Nah.
Bro, why do we look like a cat people right now, bro?
Yeah.
We got two cats coming in here. Nosy. Anyways, Mars has joined the studio. He's vibing, enjoying the conversation. But hey, continue.
So like, I feel like as kids, like we were just so ready to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get
And
out
I
of
felt like
school.
I was just like, oh yeah, I'm done after this. Ain't no more point in me staying at this school. Ain't no more point in me just.
Were you thinking about college?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of us really think of college just because of just making our parents proud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like once we enter the journey of college, I feel like that's where like the motivation really leaves you, or like you just don't feel like you're not there to, like, this is not what you're not supposed to be doing, or like this is not where I'm supposed to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like at the same time, in my opinion, I feel like going to college, I feel like puts you in a narrow road from distractions. Like you get away from a lot of things. Even though college itself is a distraction,
Yeah.
you get away from it of like just being home, being lazy, which a lot of us are. You know what I'm saying?
It gives you a straight trajectory.
Yeah, it gives you something to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rather than just going to a 9 to 5 and feel like that's going to be your life.
Man, subhanAllah. Great points you just raised, and we could dive into that. But I'm going to tell you straight up, like, that person who said he felt like a failure at 18, I can only imagine that at 18 you're graduating high school, you're getting ready for college. That expectation, I was sending applications to universities, and I was getting rejected left and right. I graduated with like demoralizing, but man, it was demoralizing, but it was what it was. But let me tell you what, I had like a 2.3 GPA. Graduate high school, got by, right? And I remember I just got by, bro. And I remember actually one of my classes. What is he doing? That cat.
I have no idea.
He's probably sleeping. Is he trying to go into your pocket, bro?
I
Mars.
think
so. But I can't take him serious with his head sticking. Bro, these guys who are just listening to audio only are missing out. But let me tell you what, though.
Yeah.
I remember when I first moved back in with my dad for the first time in my teenage years and with my stepmom. I remember they both came to my student-teacher counselor meeting. And I was slacking in one of my classes.
Yeah.
Straight slacking. Right? But I would contribute to the discussions, the group discussions, and the book readings because it was English literature.
Yeah.
And she said to my parent, they said to my aunt and my dad.
Yeah.
She said, look, Idris is one of the smartest kids in my class. He does not try, though. No, she said, I'm not trying to hide myself up. She said he is the smartest kid in the class. He slacks. He doesn't put effort. And when she said that, it put something in my mind because at that time, I didn't really believe in myself academically.
Yeah.
Right? I always felt like I was like not cut out for academics. But when she said that, I was like, yo, I could, word? So I'm going to show you And that's when I started putting in the work. But when you talk about the expectations of parents, I feel like for a lot of us, we have the expectation like here, University of Washington is it. All the Somalis be going there.
Yeah.
Right? I applied to every single campus, UW. Rejected to all of them. The one university I got into that I applied for was Eastern Washington University, which I was about to go to.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But here you can imagine Somalis, yes, they have like these culture norms, but there's also other cultures that put a higher expectation on some of this stuff. Like you need to be a doctor, you need to be an engineer, especially in the Muslim community.
Yeah.
So I can imagine this guy who's probably expected to go to one of these universities and maybe not meeting those parents' expectations.
Yeah.
But man, like, Abdi, do you feel like you felt pressure to meet your parents' expectations?
Well, most definitely. What my father put me into, like, let's just say the expectations he wanted me to succeed.
Yeah,
it just wasn't for me.
What were some of those expectations?
Boeing. My dad wanted me to follow his path of Boeing.
What's Boeing?
Boeing, Aero.
Oh, the airport, the airplane company.
Yeah, airplane company.
Okay, like an engineer.
Aero. What was the name? Aero something engineering.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, yeah?
And my dad was like, he wanted me to pursue that. As a kid, he used to take me to his workplace and I would look at what he does and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, this is what I want you to do. But that was his dream for me.
Right.
I had completely different aspirations, different dreams. And it's something that I was like, I don't enjoy. But I've like, and also like, but then me, there's certain things that I also enjoy that my dad does. Which is like me, I love to build something.
Okay.
Like even Ed Difton has told you many times, like I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But when it comes to doing handy things and building something, or like when Ed Difton calls me, hey, she's like, hey, what's it called? The sink is clogged. Come fix it.
Right.
I'll come take it apart, put it back in.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like those type of things, I enjoy it. And it's like, I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like it's just something that was meant for me to do. It's like I love building and I love helping people and I love being this adventurous type of guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what I find my enjoyment in. And the expectation that my dad is you have to have a certain GPA. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like Somali parents, I feel like they put like, how do I say? A string behind you getting an education.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you can get an education, but to a place where I can see you come back at home.
I'm confused.
Can
you elaborate?
Like, what's it called? Like for Eastern, Gonzaga. Let's say for those people who do get accepted, right?
Yeah,
and they're Somali. 99% of their parents won't let them go. Because they felt like, oh, he's getting away from us.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So now you have to compete for yourself through that freshman to 12th grade or 11th grade of working your butt off to get this high really GPA.
Yeah.
Then therefore try to get accepted in a really good school like UW and stuff like that where their GPA
it's more competitive, I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
Which is more competitive and it gives you less motivation. Like once you it gives you like a less motivation that you have to be in school for high school and you have to maintain a certain GPA.
Right.
And then once you get that GPA, you may not get into the school you want. But the school that your parents want. But these other schools accept you.
That are available.
But
you feel like those are not options for you.
They're not options just due to the fact that your parents won't let you go.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this. So I was actually, remember I told you, like I said, I was going to go to Eastern Washington University. I actually went on the campus, right? So after I graduated high school, that summer I went. I don't know if you remember. You saw my Instagram. I went out there for orientation. I actually flew out there. 30-minute flight, but it's like a 2-hour drive from my home.
Yeah.
I went out there, bro, and it was just like already I could tell it was going to be wild. I went out there, bro. The girls were looking at the guys. I'm sitting with some brothers. I don't see no Muslim, visibly Somali or Muslim brothers. I just see like some African Americans. I chill with them. I chill with them because, you know, those are the group I can fit in besides Somali, you know?
Yeah.
And I could tell they just talking about the sisters looking at us. I'm like, oh, Lord, there's going to be some trouble. And mind you, I was on the dean this time still.
Yeah.
Me and you would talk. I was like, yo, what was I telling you? What was the conversation I was telling you?
This guy, I remember, used to tell me he's going to get married 2 years into Eastern.
I said a lot of things.
Yeah, I remember that was the first conversation we had, and you're like, oh, never mind. I want to get married the first year before I go to the university. And then, boom, he said, never mind. I'm not even going.
Yeah, so I went out there, and then I was like, yo, this is going to be a fitna for me. I could already tell. I was going to have my own dorm to myself because I didn't want to share a dorm. And I remember coming back here And I was talking to my other iftin, and you know, she's getting me ready to go and stuff like that. And I'm like, other iftin, like, she okay. Before that,
Yeah.
she said, Idris, for your graduation gift, I want to take you out to travel to like Europe or Africa. We'll travel around, explore. I said, we got that kind of money. She said, yeah. Well, I said, let's do Hajj. I was
Yeah.
afraid. So I said, let's do Hajj. She said, are you sure? I said, yes. She's like, wow. She hasn't done Hajj for her own self. So I was her mahram. So we went there together, had a beautiful experience. After I got back, I was like, I'm not going to Eastern. I know, like, I'm not going to even lie to myself. No, this is what I was afraid of. Because, you know, when you go to Hajj, it is as if you are a brand new baby. Like, you haven't committed no sin. You're
Yeah.
purified completely if your Hajj is accepted. I pray mine was accepted.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I was like, I am not going to spoil my Hajj. So I was like, my worst fear then was compromising the iman that I built. I was afraid of putting that. Imagine, like, let's say you value something.
Yeah.
I value my MacBook. I just bought a 16-inch MacBook Pro, over $2,000, damn near $3,000.
Yeah.
I'm watching that thing. I'm on guard. I'm not going to let it drop. My son is not going to touch my computer. I'm very protective.
Yeah.
How expensive is your iman?
More expensive than that.
So are you going to put that in an environment or a place where that can be compromised in the slightest?
I mean, I feel like it takes a lot of self-discipline.
Right.
Because you can control it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could put yourself in better environments. You could do so many different things. It's just having that self-discipline. But for an 18-year-old who just got out of college, I mean,
Who
just
hasn't
high
done
school,
nothing.
who hasn't done nothing, and it's like
And
getting
their
into an
sisters throwing
environment.
themselves at you.
Yeah. Then therefore that becomes a different story.
A different story.
Yeah.
So alhamdulillah, I stayed here. I got married. Boom, bada boom. So anyways, what I'm telling you is,
Yeah.
and by the way, like the expectation of going to college and stuff
If
like
you
that.
have went, what do you think? What Idris would this be?
You know, Ed Ifton, I was talking to her the other day.
Yeah.
And Yasin, right, my uncle.
Yeah.
And we're vibing, we're talking about this. And I said, Ed Ifton, I said, Idris, you know, today would not have been here.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been unrecognizable. And then she says to me, I think you were strong enough from what I know that you wouldn't have been able to. I said, I don't think you know me enough, because that temptation I saw when I went there, I said, no man, you have to be, let me meet you if you're that type of guy.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
Yeah.
Because, bro, it was a lot of fitna. And imagine you put all these people who have been supervised this whole life, and they're children still.
And imagine now you're in a place where you're by yourself.
So, Abdi, no.
Nobody with no repercussion.
No.
Your parents ain't there. Nothing.
Like, even right now after the divorce, I came back to this house. I came back into my family's house because I was like, I'm not going to live by myself. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I can be tempted.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, at the end of the day, we do this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
But bro, like you talk about these people who the family tell them, no, you can't go abroad or whatever. Bro, if I'm going to be real with you, if I had my son.
I was going to ask you a question about that too.
I would want him to stay with me. Unless you're married.
Yeah.
Bro, stay with me. Don't worry about nothing.
Okay.
Get your education. Because, bro, it could be very scary.
Yeah, but what if the expectation that you put on your son allows him to hold himself back from his full potential?
So let's talk about that. I feel like it's easy to talk about something when you're not in that position.
Yeah, because I feel like not everybody is like gonna turn out bad if they go to a different university. Yes, they will go through so many different type of like trials of like, you know.
No, you have to ask yourself. Look, let's talk about like the logistics part.
Because imagine if you didn't go, but I went. Do you think I'd be the same person?
No, Abdi, you would not. Abdi, you're more social and more outgoing. I'm more stricter.
Yeah.
You're more like bubbly. So those type of atmosphere probably would have got to you. Allahu alam.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, guidance is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You could have been protected.
Right. I feel like you're right.
I know you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for me,
This guy is just tweaking on me right now.
This guy's goofy. You know, but anyways, still we talking about the cat for those who can't see the video.
Yeah.
But anyways, bro, any of us.
Yeah.
Any of us who, both of us, it would have been tough for any of us. But at the end of the day, the same people who have a podcast, who got cameras facing us, we're human.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Fitna.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like right now, although I do this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if there's going to be additional barriers that are going to make something difficult for me in terms of haram, I'm going to put it there. for example, you living alone is going to put you in a more compromised position.
Cause yeah,
Tell me I'm capping.
you ain't
Please
lying.
tell me I'm capping.
Cause ain't nobody there to tell you what to do.
So look, for example, I'm not gonna test myself. Like, this is the question.
Cause I feel like when you said when you're living alone, I feel like when you're in a house,
Yeah.
Shaitan can whisper into your ear,
Right.
but you have that that sense of knowledge. Oh, if I bring somebody here, if I do something here,
Right.
my parents ain't gonna like it.
Boom.
But when you by yourself,
That's it.
he just telling you, bro, ain't nobody's here.
That's
We're
it.
gonna tell you what to do.
And not only that, bro, I think, like, for example, alhamdulillah, us transitioning out of teenagehood, discovering what we want out of life.
Yeah.
You know, how did you navigate that, bro? You know what I'm saying? How did you navigate no longer having that rigid routine of, oh, I gotta go to campus today, I gotta go to class in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in a different ball game, right? You no longer have people breathing down your neck, having certain expectations you got to get done.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you navigate that, and how do you continue to navigate that?
Just the idea of like, what's it called? Repeat it real quick so I can better understand it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, bro, like after you graduated high school,
Yeah.
you got done with school,
Mm-hmm.
now you in college or you're not in college or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you're working. How did you navigate this transition? It's a big leap. A lot of people don't know how to adjust.
I feel like what's it called? When I did go to college, I feel like a lot of it had to. One thing people don't understand: college, they don't really care about you.
Oh, you ain't lying about that.
You show up or you don't show up, they just getting paid.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? High school, they care about you. 'Cause they're like, hey, you have to get your grades up to go to college. Woody whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I remember the advice I got on 8th grade. I'll never forget this.
Yeah.
They said, focus on your school. Because I'm telling you this right now. By the time you're in 9th, you blink once, you're in 12th.
That's it.
And it's like, you're done after that.
Right.
No more high school, no more nothing.
Yeah.
And I felt like, what's it called? Once I did graduate, I feel like one thing that college, high school didn't teach us was time, what's it called? Taking control of your time.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Time
managing
management.
your time, knowing
Right.
exactly what you should put your effort into and not.
Mm.
'Cause I feel like not a lot.
They don't teach you a lot of things, a
Yeah.
lot of skills. They teach you a bunch of like stuff that you really, a lot of times you're not going to even apply to your life.
Exactly. Not
Right.
even apply to your life, but I feel like they teach you things that you can only apply to college, but don't teach you how to sustain that throughout the college year.
Okay, got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From freshman to senior year, it's because your freshman year of college ain't it's not the same.
What was
as
your
senior
biggest struggle navigating college?
college? I felt like
Because we went together.
Yeah, I
initially.
feel like it was like a lot of time, time management.
Okay.
Because it's like people don't get it's like what's it called for school, for high school. It was every day, Monday to
You show
Friday. If you don't show up, your parents are being called.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, your son didn't show up. Why didn't he? Unexcused absence. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Once I got to college, I didn't show up. Nobody called my parents.
Mm.
Nobody said nothing to them. And it's like, and also when it came to homework, assignments,
Boom.
you know what I'm saying? It's like when, I remember we had this conversation like 2 nights ago in the party, me and a couple of my friends, we were just talking about life.
When you say the party, there's some people who don't give 70 excuses. What do you mean by the party?
Oh, PS5 party.
Okay.
We were talking about life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were just having a discussion about life and we're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Well, like, what's it called? We were talking about school and we were talking about just like how to better ourselves.
Right.
Exactly, you know? And the conversation that we were having was what's it called? When, like, one thing that one of my friends, Zach, which was on the first episode,
Okay, yeah.
he said, what's it called? People don't understand. Once you allow yourself to, like, when you're in school and you allow like, your homework to pile up, that itself, you lose motivation after that. Because you're like, I could do it. Oh, wait, I could do this one. It's easy. And then it piles up and it becomes so stressful to the point where now your teachers ain't even tell you to turn it in. Incomplete. And you start seeing your grades drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And now you just have that idea of like, dang, like I have these much homework to do, but if I turn it in, I'm gonna get half credit, which is worth nothing. So I might as well just be like, oh, it's cool, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like it's just a lot of it for me was just learning how to manage my time well, knowing what to put my effort into,
Right.
and just like allowing myself to know that hey, you can have fun time, but you also gotta have college time.
Gotcha.
When it's college time, don't your fun time in that distract you from it, because you have to complete this in order to move on.
You gotta prioritize and come up with a good schedule. You ain't lying about that. I'll tell you this, bro. That was the hardest thing for me, especially when you're dealing with a pandemic. Everything was online.
Yep.
And some people thrived in that. Some people struggled. And you could tell the different personality types.
Yeah.
Like, actually, with my personality type, online was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I'm a self-directed type learner. But there's people who are collaborative learners. And this is something you learn as someone who's an education major.
Yeah.
There's different ways of learning. There's different personalities. There's different teaching styles. And there's different ways people acquire knowledge.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of people suffer because of this online learning.
I was one of them.
You see?
Because he can learn by reading. I'm more of like, I need to communicate with somebody.
Right.
You feel me? And Zoom really didn't help because it's a bunch of people.
Right.
So it was tough for me when it came to Zoom. Because it was like, I can't even ask. Like, if he said this certain thing, I can't ask him what did he actually mean in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was for me, that was the hardest thing, because I'm more of like a outgoing person. I like to have conversations with somebody to understand exactly where they're coming from.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do see what you mean, and I feel like that, and even the pandemic itself caused a lot of people to like feel less motivated to continue to school.
Hey, bro, so when you talk about motivation and going to school, you have to ask yourself, like, what's my intention here? Right? Like, we were just talking about this, hopping out the car, hopping into the studio.
Yeah.
You said a lot of people's intention and motivation is because to fulfill their parents' expectations.
Yeah.
Right? So that was an interesting thing. And then you said something else to me. You want to talk about that? You said education is what?
What's it called? I feel like education is something that is needed in this world.
Right.
But school isn't for everybody. You know what I mean? And what I meant by that is, as a human being, from the time you were born to the time of your passing, you learn something.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
It's constant education.
Exactly. As a baby, you didn't need to go to school to learn how to talk. As you're hearing, you heard what people kept saying, you kept putting two and two together, and you just formulated words and became how you now talk.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
You didn't need to go to school to learn that.
Right.
It's the TVs you watch, you know what I'm saying? Riding a bike. You don't need to go to school. It's just you learn things, skills and knowledge of just the world and everything
just
every
through
day.
Experience.
Exactly.
Right.
You feel me? But school ain't meant for everybody. I don't think some people could just sit there for 2 hours every day. Let's say not 2 hours. Let's say for 5 hours of the day.
You talking about before college?
No, before college and into college.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just sit there and listen to a lecture. The most funnest class I've had was with you in our psychology, sociology. To me, he didn't make it feel like we're learning. It was every day we came to class and we debated amongst each other about what he was teaching.
And had conversations.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which made it that were collaborative.
Exactly, which made it fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all got into having discussions, talking about certain things, and just learning from different people's point of views.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I felt like when I was in my other archaeology, I think I was in archaeology.
Yeah.
I had to leave that class.
Why?
What's it called? We were talking about genders. And I don't know if you want me to continue into this.
Let's put a bookmark on this conversation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I said, what's it called? Certain things, and classmates said certain things.
Yeah.
You know? And I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, like we were just having, and then they attacked me.
Basically, your values, of course, us as Muslim values, are not aligned.
There you go.
With the values that are often propagated, and it's kind of imposed on us.
Yeah.
In these contexts, and we kind of have to often feel like we have to submit to their will, or otherwise you are
wrong and
labeled as a bigot, barbaric, and it's like, for me, I'm just like, look, you do what you do, but like my values are not okay with this, and these values are important for me. So don't try to interfere with my values.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to interfere with yours.
That's exactly what it was.
You see what I'm saying?
But for me, it was like I just felt like I was being attacked for what I believed in.
Right.
Which I have the right to do. But it's like, and then I was like, nah, I can't even be in this class at all.
Gotcha.
Because even with me even learning, I didn't get it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
The style of the learning was different as well.
Exactly.
I want to also say on top of this, like, this is something I'm actually learning about. So there's this type of education called Montessori education. Have you ever heard of it?
Nah.
So basically, it's
Montessori sounds like a dinosaur.
So I'm gonna tell you. So it's this guy. So it's this type of education.
Yeah.
Where kids learn in a complete different way than how traditional or conventional schools learn.
Yeah.
So these kids, bro, I'm gonna tell you. So for example, for one, you know how for us we have grades that are within the same year. They have an age range of 3 years within each class. So you have a kid that's 3 to 6.
Yeah.
6 to 9.
Yeah.
Did I do the math right? Let me tell you, this is why I'm not going to do anything related to math in my life. But anyways, so you have these different...
3 to 9, 6 to 12.
Boom. No.
That's what you said, right?
No.
3 to 9.
3 year gap.
Oh, okay. So, 3 to 6, 6 to 9,
Right.
9 to 12,
Boom.
12 to 15, 15 to 18, 18 to 21.
Boom. So you see it like this, right?
Yeah.
You see this type of trajectory. This is how it looks like.
Mhm.
And what that does is you have the older kids who maybe learn these subjects, teaching it, reinforcing this stuff to the younger kids, and they're getting experience seeing the different what the older ones have learned. And what that does is it shows the younger kids, what's the point of me learning what I'm learning now? Oh, it's because it fits into the larger puzzle. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
They also have this thing where they learn through hands-on learning.
Yeah.
They learn with their hands. They learn through the experience. They actually don't have a set whatever. They don't have a set thing that the whole class is learning. Everyone gets to learn what they want to learn. So one kid is interested about this. The other kid is interested about this. They're all doing their own thing. The teacher facilitates that.
Yeah, and you'll find a lot of them have the same common goals. You know what I'm saying? And you have like buddy partners of like working together.
Right. So then you can see your style. You get to explore yourself.
Yeah.
But then the conventional schools, they don't have that. It's this very rigid way of learning and knowing.
I feel like schools are like how do I say, a competition.
Okay.
That's
interesting.
We all try to fight for a certain grade, A.
Right.
Feel me? If you get an A, you're known as the smartest kid in class. Not really.
So instead of striving for learning, you're striving for what? A grade. Boom. So in Montessori, they don't have grades. They don't have letter grades. They don't have GPA, which is amazing. But guess what? These things are very expensive to put your kids in. Right. But let me also explain something else, Abdikarrim. When you talk about education and stuff like that, and you talk about school is not for everybody, tell me if you disagree or not.
All right.
I think the default should be I'm going to college. The default should be I'm going to school, university to get a degree or a higher education. The exception should be maybe alternative route is my path. Because this is what I say this. Abdikarrim.
Yeah.
In this day and age,
Yeah.
in this economy, as a black man, as a Somali man, as whatever Muslim man, it is imperative that we get an education so that we can advocate for ourselves, so we can be aware of the systems at play, so that we can get into these institutions. Because Abdi, our parents didn't have education. They were taxi drivers. They were Lyft drivers. They became Lyft drivers. They became truck drivers, like my own pops. So, you know, they didn't have that. They were not afforded that privilege, and that's why we see them so eager for us to get that education.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, bro, I say that, you know, the default should be you get an education unless proven otherwise. What is the reason? So what do you think is a possible reason for somebody not to be cut out?
No, I agree. In the society right now that we live in,
Yeah.
I feel like
Bro,
they made...
a BA. Let me tell you something. I was going to say, somebody told me a while ago, before even I graduated high school, BA is the new
high school diploma.
I heard that from somebody. I said, you got to be capping. I ignored that person. Now I'm in college. You ain't lying. You are not lying. I'm seeing BA people get paid just above minimum wage.
Yeah.
I said, couldn't be me. You know, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm self-employed because the job market is so ridiculous. So now it's like master's programs or where really you're going to become middle class.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like college is like a weird setup.
It's a capitalistic.
It is a setup because now You went to 4 years of working your butt off, and you got a
To come
bachelor's
out.
degree
To come out.
to get
No
paid
work.
$22 an hour.
La ilaha illallah. I'm seeing security guys get paid more than that.
You see what I'm saying? And I feel like, and it requires you to go back to college and do another 4 years.
Take out a loan.
To get a master's
and
degree.
put yourself in debt in riba.
Exactly. And which now I say, like, if you look at it, yes, you need education.
Right.
But there's certain educations that you need for college. I feel like the high-end things that you can get from college, one, technology or medical.
Right.
Those two, gonna get your rent paid.
Okay, but let me say this. Because this is the thing that
Because you want to study education, right?
Right.
Do you think in the United States right now you would get paid what you deserve for education?
No, not what you deserve.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to work in the... Okay, I'll explain this. Like, people ask me, oh, education, you're going to become a teacher?
Yeah.
No. Okay?
Right.
So my degree is education, curriculum, and instruction.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the thing is. If you lack creativity
Yeah.
and you lack ambition
Mm-hmm.
and you have a one-dimensional way of thinking,
Yeah.
you're going to get what you get.
Mm.
But if you, as an individual, say, this is my credibility.
Yeah.
I'm a person, I can walk into a room, I can say, this is what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the guy who comes up behind me and says, I have a high school diploma. Which person are you going to take serious right off the bat?
Guy with a college.
Okay. But that by itself.
Huh?
How you package yourself. This is what I said on the live too. How you package yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, how you sell your services.
Yeah.
I look at myself as a business. I don't see myself as an employee.
Mm.
Because I work security.
Yeah.
My mind shifted after that.
Mm.
For several years. I was doing that before my son got born.
Yeah.
My mind shifted.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to be a warm body sitting around getting paid for my time. I got to be paid for my services.
Mm.
So you're a person with education or whatever, or let's say you're a person with another degree. Now, there are certain degrees like liberal arts and stuff like that, bro. I don't know what arts and theater. Allah alam, bro. I don't know what you're going to do with that. But there's these other degrees that you can be passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm passionate about education.
Yeah.
Why the hell am I going to go to engineering?
But let me ask you a question.
Hiya?
Once you get your educational, inshallah, once you get your degree, right?
Right.
And I believe you said you're going to do like a 1 year or 2 year program
Inshallah,
afterwards, right?
right.
Inshallah, right?
In psychology,
Yeah.
prevention, and treatment.
Then
Which is a license short to mental health counseling.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question after
Right.
that. Is you going to be here after that, Idris?
If I was, I'd be making money.
No. But are you going to be here, or are you going to be somewhere else where they're going to give you more money and treat you a lot way better than what you deserve?
Wallahi, bro.
Is Idris going to be in the United States?
Hey, bro, Talkie Huckles are going to have to find out. I don't know. Likely, after that master program, I'm going to be Mr. International.
Peace
Wallahu
out.
alam. We'll see. But Firi.
You get what
hear
I'm
me
saying?
out.
That's why I say college is like
Abdi, this is the thing, though. You have to think, what mindset are you thinking?
from.
If you're thinking, I'm going to go on Indeed and look for a job,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe that's the thing. How are you going to present yourself thereafter? Are you just a guy with a BA in this, right? Or are you packaging yourself in a particular way to a particular person or industry
Yeah.
where they're like, oh my God, we need you?
But what you got to understand is nowadays we live in a technology world.
Abdi, you know what makes me cringe? When I see a bunch of brothers going computer science.
Because that's what the most high paying jobs are.
That's
right now.
fine. But when I see all these videos about people saying, I'm quitting my job, Abdi, you can go ahead and look. As much
Yeah,
people
no,
tell you
I
to get
agree.
into tech,
I
there's
agree.
people saying, I gave up 200,000, I gave up 100,000. Why? Because I'm not trying to sit in front of a computer doing coding from the day to the night.
But guess what? That is the world that we live in nowadays.
Abdi, let me explain something to you. Listen, call me optimistic, call me whatever, call me crazy.
Because I am willing to bet.
No, Suk, let me finish this point.
Go ahead.
Call me whatever you say. Your mindset is greater than whatever the external forces can define what you can do with your life.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like nowadays
If you
the
are
new
able- yeah.
degree college is a regular job. I remember there was my football coach when I was at Garfield. The day that we got to pick who we're gonna hire as a coach.
Yeah.
He came to us and said, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. All right,
Yeah.
there's two different type of people, or two different things in this world. There's a job, which is a 9 to 5, and you hate that, and there's a career, something you're passionate about.
Abdi, can I explain something to you? What career are you gonna get into without a degree?
Exactly. But nowadays, those career becomes jobs.
Ooh,
I know.
Okay. That's a good point.
You
That's
feel
a
me?
good point.
Because now you telling me a computer science dude really loves his job? I doubt it.
No. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. This is what I said. Well, okay, I'm going to tell you where my mindset shifted. Can I tell you where my mindset shifted?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you exactly where. Because you're wondering, you probably think I'm tweaking. I'll tell you. I remember I was working security. I'd wake up 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? My ex-wife, my son's mom would be sleeping. I'd be out of the house. I'm young. I'm 19, just got married. I'm working. I'm going to school. I go to my work one day. I'm working at a QFC. I got 99 stories to tell you. I'm working on, what's that road? Pike Street or something like that?
Pine Street.
Pine Street.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff you'll see. I got 99 stories.
Uh-huh.
I'm working there in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing old guys pushing shopping carts. I'm seeing moms, fathers putting grocery bags. And hey, I give you support. 100%.
Yeah.
You a real one. You out here feeding your kids.
Yeah.
But something mind shifted. I said, I am not trying to work here, security. I'm not trying to have my son not see me live and work in a way that I'm not happy. One of the guys that I work with, Abdi, he was a person who went to UW, got a degree in economics. He's working there.
There's a
And
lot
he's
of
about to
people.
retire there. He's been working there for 30 years. You know what he said? He's been working there since college.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was he was work up, graduated college, kept working, and looked up and said, there's only 10 years left for me to get retirement. I'm going to just stay here. And you know what I said to myself that day? I said, look, I'm going to get a college degree.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm working, getting just above minimum wage. That's what I said to myself. As long as I'm working in a place that I enjoy. Hear me out. In a high school, you need a person, if you're a staff, you need a degree, some kind of education to be in that building. To work security, you don't. To work whatever. So I said, I'd rather get paid less for doing meaningful work than work a job and get paid good or whatever that I hate and has no fulfillment.
Exactly.
I'd rather do the other.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what nowadays, that's what society's holding us the standard to.
Okay.
Except for medical field. I feel like people who do medical field really enjoy their work.
I've heard there's a trend of a lot of girls becoming nurses.
Yeah.
And Allah, I know I support you if you enjoy, that's what you do. But I wonder how much of that is expectation.
I mean, okay, from that yes, I do
how much
agree
is that
with you.
expectation of a father and a mother saying like you're going to be a nurse?
A lot of it.
So when you get into that field, or you start taking those classes and you start not enjoying it, and you start hating it, and you look up, and yes, you're getting paid decent, but you hate your job. And this is what you're doing for the rest of your life. Who do you have to blame except yourself? You going to blame your parents?
But that's the thing, though. They were given no other option. If they studied something, what you got to do? If they did study something else, now their parents become a conflict. They just started bashing them. Oh, you're not good. This is not good for you. You shouldn't be doing this. This ain't what you should be doing. This is something better for you.
Just because you're faced with adversity or negative feedback or criticism doesn't mean you still don't have the option.
But at the end of the day, though,
no, because you said they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, from a woman's perspective, I'm being honest with you. What I see, what the parents think of them, they really value that. What a daughter, what's it called? What a father and mother think of their daughter, that daughter values so much of it.
And even our parents, even us guys, like
even us guys, but I feel like us guys could be. They're more lenient with us.
Okay.
You feel me? They give us a different type of right. You could be an engineer, computer science, or you could do what's it called, doctor. They'll give you more varieties of what you think you would like. But for a woman, it's specifically one thing.
I think
medical field.
Right. The thing is, bro, like I remember my pops, like he always wanted me to go into those computer tech stuff, you know, because he knew that's where the money's at. He's like, son, I want you to go get after the money. And when I would tell him, like, this is what I'm doing, he'll be disappointed. But I told my dad, I was like, look, Abba, this is what I enjoy doing. Right now, I know brothers who are taking classes that are struggling. They hate it. This classes are trying to weed them out. And I'm like, bro, I go to my class, I'm enjoying the discussions. I'm enjoying the conversations. And I'm hoping that the field that I get into, whether it's mental health or education or advocacy, anything like this, or even as a teacher in the Islamic field, inshallah, Allah, whatever path, I just think that everybody has a nature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us a nature through our parents, through our conditioning, environmental, nurture and nature, the nurture versus nature. We have certain nature within us, a predisposition. And if you try to go against that, if you try to put Idris to take engineering classes, I'm going to hate myself.
Exactly. You ain't going to like it. Me even knowing you.
I'd be doing a disjustice. If I was taking that, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be pursuing the interest that I have. I'd be over here dragging along and trying to make ends meet by draining myself in something that's not giving me any energy back. But what I'm doing and what I'm engaging with is giving me energy. And that is more priceless than whatever you can give me in terms of income.
Exactly. But now, see, when you...
That's mindset.
That is something that's interesting that you said. But a lot of times I have had conversations with my friends about this. All right?
Right.
They say, what's it called? They would rather do a job that hate but pays a lot more than a job they love that pays less.
See, look, okay, if that's you, then that's you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life.
You feel me? But, and I'm like, boom. First 5 years, you're going to be like, yeah, it's all right.
Boom.
10 years?
Look at that. What's that quote that you said about Denzel Washington or whatever that speech that he gave? It's like, he should imagine, although we don't believe this. You know, just imagine on your deathbed, all the ghosts of your potential. They all come in these different forms of yourself. The most aspirational version, the best version of yourself. You stuff that in the closet for a version of yourself that was never really you.
Exactly.
And now you 60, 70, 80.
And imagine you could have been in your deathbed and all of a sudden they just dare saying, I hate you for not bringing me out to this.
So let me explain something to you. You could have been so much more of yourself in terms of potential and being and giving to the world. But you strove for some extra dollars. You probably could have got more money in this other field because you were so passionate and people loved that passion and they needed that representation in that field. Look at that.
You feel me? And I do understand what you're saying, but I feel like a lot of it, like when that happens, but I feel like college doesn't really provide that as much as you think it does.
Bro, you're going to get as much from it as you try to get from it.
Because I feel like, in my opinion, college has the most bogus degrees you could ever think of in this place. You have degrees for everything.
There's money in everything.
But there's money in everything, but to a certain extent.
There's different fields. Yeah, I understand. There's different fields. But at the same time, I just don't want to knock on whatever you're passionate about. Like right now, when people ask you what your degree...
as a kid, like I used to be like, yep, I'm going to become a marine biologist. I used to. Like, I love water. Okay. Anything that has to do with water, I love it. You feel me? Even though I could be afraid of the animals sometimes, but I think I would come over it. But water, I just love it. I don't know what it is. It's just such a magnificent, like, it's just an interesting thing. A year and a half ago, I took Marine Biology 101. All right? Right. I walked in there. 2 days later, I said, get me up. I switched to a different class.
Why? It was probably the way it was taught.
It was something that the TV showed me. It wasn't what I seen in that class. It wasn't something I'm like, I get to learn about a certain type of animal, which I did love learning.
Well, let me explain something to you, Abdi. Just because of what's taught in the class does not always necessarily translate in the field and vice versa.
Exactly. And I feel like
sometimes you need that technical information to get into that field you actually enjoy.
True. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, what's it called? The idea of like, and how we were having a discussion about, what's it called? The time that ran. It's 2022. And
you need an education.
You do need an education, but those education, they limit you to only have certain type of, what's it called? Degrees, which you may not like, but they don't care. But they want you to have it because it does something for them.
Let me explain something about money.
You get what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah. It does something for them. Of course, because they have an incentive. They get money, kickback. But let me also say something on top of this. The idea of money, the idea of rizq, provision. We know in this deen that our provision has already been decreed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You ain't lying.
When the bird leaves its nest, we're told, not knowing where its provision is going to come from, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides for it and it comes back. But here we are projecting ourselves 5 years into the future. What job am I going to do? Whatever. Yes, it's good to plan. But at the end of the day, you got to do tawakkul to Allah and follow what the heart inclines towards. But if you try to go against that, it can be a very dangerous thing. Sometimes you have to follow that instinct. But let me explain something to you. Right now, I'm in education. I work doing video production
Yeah.
because I learned this skill.
Yeah.
Your degree may not be in the field that you're going to work in. That's the
Mhm.
truth. Sometimes it just might be that credibility to say, this is what I do.
Yeah.
This is my, now you can hold workshops and hold things, seminar, whatever you do in your life. You can have a podcast. And you can say, this is what I do. This is what I'm credited. That gives you something to stand on instead of nothing to stand on. When you have nothing, wallahi abdi, when you have nothing to stand on,
Yeah.
then like, bro, that's tough.
You ain't lying.
Especially when you have mouths to feed. Especially when you have a son looking at you or a daughter
Yeah.
looking at you. Especially when you have a wife looking at you and you coming home and you're not fulfilled by your work.
Mm-hmm. Because there was this saying I heard. I heard someone say that don't, what's it called? Control what you can control,
Right.
but don't ever control something that you can't control.
Right.
Because it leads you to distractions. And that was the thing with the future. You can't control your future, so don't control it.
Right. And I think a lot of this comes down to knowing yourself and exploring that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us haven't been given the opportunity as a young.
But back to what I was saying when I was saying what's it called? How college leaves us no choice but to study. Like they give us no choice of studying other things. I don't know if you're
They do, Abdi.
No, they do. But what is displayed in this world is, in my opinion, and what I've only seen is three things:
Oh, yeah.
business, technology, and what's it called? Medical field.
Well, let me explain something to you. All that are huge, huge, huge fields. And within them are many subcategories. Within technology, you have digital marketing, you have branding, you have SEO.
Yeah, you have so
coding.
much things.
Within
Exactly.
business, you have leadership, you have management, you have finances. You have all these things that you can go in within those fields. And then you can take, like this right here. This you might not think, but this is technology.
Yeah.
This is business.
Yeah.
This is branding.
Yeah, no, it's not me saying that, like, what's it called? It's
Right.
something that you may not do, or those three things don't have something in them that you would enjoy or not.
Right.
But I'm saying they give you these three things because this world is what it demands is that.
Right.
So now, which gives a bunch of people to study these things, and they may never end up not liking it. They only see it as a job.
Right. That's why that's what I'm saying. You have to have, that's what I was getting into. You have to know yourself. You have to start exploring who you are outside of these expectations that were imposed on you.
Okay.
Yes, you may have had expectations. Like you talked about your father having expectations. I talked about my father having expectations. But also I knew a nature of me. I like public speaking. I like conversating. I like problem solving. I like advocacy. Okay, boom. I like writing. Boom. I like art. I like poetry. I like creativity. I like teaching. Knowing these qualities within myself, that a handful of them I excel at. I like reading. I'm a self-directed learner.
Yeah.
Knowing these qualities about myself, I can see the marketplace.
Yeah.
What's out there that I can then use these traits that I love? What skills can I develop within these different fields? And how then could I market myself into the marketplace so that I could be compensated well?
But understand this,
that's hard. You know why it's hard? Because you actually have to put the effort. You no longer have mom and dad telling you what your path is. You no longer have that teacher telling you this is the curriculum.
Yeah.
You have to say, what's my curriculum in life that I need to go explore?
Okay.
That is the hard part people don't want to do.
My thing was, what's it called? Let's say you do follow your dreams and aspirations, and let's say, I'll give you an example. For a guy who, let's say, loves art.
Okay.
Gets a degree in art. All right? He does drawing. He's decent. He's really good at it. He enjoys it. He becomes an art teacher. Whoop. Right? Time passes by. Now we become in this technology world. Whatever it is that happens. All right? Brother, his degree don't matter no more.
Yeah. Can I
But
explain?
he's still doing what he does.
Yeah.
Financially, it's kind of hard for him to start right now. Therefore, now he is forced to do something that he does not like.
Well, let me explain something to you, Abdikarrim. Art. I like spoken word. Am I going to do spoken word for a living?
But I'm saying, let's say somebody who is in that situation.
No, let me show you something. I like writing.
Yeah.
Am I going to get a degree in literature?
No.
So let me explain something to you. You have to go, because college is an investment at the end of the day. So you need to find out, what do you do enjoy?
Yeah.
That can give you credibility within a certain field and can give you a cushion. Education, even if I don't go into this thing that I'm ambitious, that I'm after.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm sitting on income that will pay rent. I'll be able to cover my kids' stuff. I'll be able to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
That will put me in a field. Education, there's always a job in education.
Yeah.
May not be the most lucrative, but there's a job. Art, you're not getting that. Theater, you're not getting that. Allahu alam.
Yeah.
You guys know better than me. You tell me in the comments. But what I'm telling you, Abdi, is that person can say, I'm going to get a job in whatever. What else is he interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Get a job, get an education, get a degree in that. Degree is credibility. If I'm trying to buy art from you, am I going to ask you for your diploma in art? No. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, you need a degree. I 100%
That's what we
agree
both
with
agree
you.
on.
Yeah, I agree with
Right.
you on that. But my thing is,
Right.
whatever that degree is,
Right.
and let's say you do it out of your own enjoyment, it could come to bite you in the back one day, just due to the fact of just, hey, you may not get, because what you gotta understand, if our economy is going up, it's almost $4.30 almost for a gas.
Oh, you're talking about
Ridiculous.
inflation.
Yep,
Inflation. That's what you're
inflation.
talking about,
It's going up too
yeah.
much.
Right.
Rent. I looked for what's it called, for an apartment, 1 bedroom, maybe 2 bedroom,
Right.
2,000.
Boom. Expensive.
I looked at a car, bro. The car that I'm trying to buy cost, before COVID, it cost $16,000.
Now how much does it cost?
$29,000.
It went up like that?
Yes.
No.
Wallahi.
No, that's a thief. No.
It's not a thief. It's
Yeah,
because
it's
our
inflation,
it's going ridiculous. So you're telling me a brother who has a degree that may not be in that degree.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be out here looking at $29,000 cars if you're in that position.
What can he look at though?
Brother, you get a used car like I did.
2017 car?
Brother, maybe you
Should
don't need a
cost 29.
2017.
It should not cost that much.
This is the thing, Abdi. I think in the expense of attaining more,
Mm-hmm.
hear me I'm about to say something. I'm about to drop some right now.
Yeah.
In the pursuit of attaining more that you don't need,
Uh-huh.
you will compromise a life that you want and you do need.
Mm.
By trying to buy toys and things to flex for people you don't like, you will give up a life and work in a career that you do like and enjoy.
Yeah,
so
but-
maybe that person
Uh-huh.
needs to scale back. Maybe that person needs to be a little bit more conservative.
I don't really naturally think a 2017 car is a big flex because it's a Toyota.
Okay, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
general
I
principle.
do get what you're saying. 'Cause I remember I seen this video on TikTok, right? The guy, they were like, bro, a bunch of people nowadays think, what's it called? Making just $1 million isn't much at all. Like the $1 million isn't as much.
It's actually not a lot,
You know what I'm saying?
which is crazy.
Yeah, and
If you
people.
think of and why it's not a lot, it's because taxes, and also people who tend to have that much. I'm reading a book called The Psychology of Money. It's one thing to earn a lot of money. It's one thing to keep a lot of money, because it's two different skills that's required. Making a lot of money requires ambition,
Yeah.
risk taking. Conserving and keeping wealth
Yeah.
means being conservative, being more cautious, being more anxious. You have
Yeah.
to learn the two.
But a lot of people nowadays, since they, I don't know how to explain it. I like the video, I believe. I'll show you later. But he was saying something along the lines of, hey, like, if you're a person that makes $450,000 a year, you are considered a rich person.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of money. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that is a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? But you are considered rich. But nowadays, people don't. They're like, oh, it's not even $500,000 he's making. He's not really that rich.
You know, it was something fun. Yeah, it's crazy. You know
what I'm
something-
saying?
Yeah, you know something's funny though. You know, we had some sisters like Walter, Sarah, all them from BSU.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Our sisters out there. We chop it up with them, and these are educated sisters. Mashallah, very ambitious sisters. Some of them going to the medical field.
Yeah.
Remember, I hit up one of them when I got done with my AA. I was contemplating because I had decided me that I wanted to pursue what I was fascinated, intrigued by, which was education, the human development, psychology, all these things. Fascinated. I'm eager. I'm actually doing the assignments not because I have to, but I like it. I love it. But then I was like, the money, should I look into these different fields, like the ones that we just talked about? Remember, I almost looked into PA school, physician assistant, or medicine. I looked at it because I was good at anatomy and memorizing.
Yeah.
But I remember I was talking to this sister on Snapchat. She said to me, Idris, unless you cannot fathom yourself going in any other field, do not touch this field. If you cannot see yourself going into anything else, eating, breathing medicine, You can see yourself. I can become a business. I can become a teacher. I can become this. I can become an entrepreneur. If you see that for yourself, do not come near this. You know what happens to a lot of these people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work these fields. And not only that, you could be making $450,000 as a surgeon. Make that much money.
Mm-hmm.
How many hours you working? How much time are you seeing with your family?
Too many.
What are the things that you're experiencing on a daily basis? Are they positive emotions with these patients? How high risk are this? How much is the insurance just to have your license as a doctor? There's all this other stuff they don't glamorize except the money, the salary. All this other. My dad, I was just on the phone with him today. We were talking about, how he has family who, when he was a kid thinking about America and how he used to think that it was so amazing. They used to have money used to ship to your mail and life was on the beach. That's what he thought America was.
Everybody does, bro.
You know what he told me though?
Huh.
He said he still has family over here fantasizing about here.
Exactly.
He said they don't know the cost. That's what he said to me.
They don't.
They don't know the cost. There's a lot of people in Africa listening, Abdi. Tell them. Tell them.
America ain't what you think it is at all.
It has opportunity. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Get your education and stuff like that. And that's why also when we talk about education being a default, some people, they don't have that.
Here's the thing though. Yeah. I would say something.
Yeah.
Coming here, you could get a better life.
Right.
And not living in the same environment that you did.
Boom. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from that.
I believe it is, they go through two different struggles.
There's a cost.
But here, it's like, if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't going to be nothing.
Yeah.
Over there, you have, in my opinion, but here allows you to be something rather than over there.
Right, like
but you still could, though. I feel like...
No, but let's just talk about... I don't know about peace of mind and stuff like that. Allah Allah. But he told me, Idris, like, he's like, how much of us are visiting one another? How many families visiting family? He said, the white people, they're seeing each other on Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're seeing their parents once a year. He said, this is the state of our ummah. This is what's happening in our communities.
Yeah.
Where we are so becoming consumed with work, school, finances, life, our own families. I grew up with white friends in Puyallup. I went to their household. It was mom and dad. Who's your family? My mom and dad. That was their family. And I would say, but I got my whole family. I got sick. You saw my family. You know my family. Huge. And I just think, subhanAllah, how much of us are going to identify only with our nuclear homes? That is the cost for a lot of us. And a lot of people don't see that. But one thing that I do say, bro, a blessing that we do have here is the level of opportunity. And if you have the, like FAFSA, financial aid, get on that, guys. Like if you have those resources, I know some people have to take out loans to get an education. That's a different, you got to stack your bread up. But some of us who have resources are able to go to college. That's something that people should consider. But Abdi, how are you personally, I think we can maybe end it on this. How are you personally living your life that's fulfilling for you? How are you going about that? And how do you make sure that it is not to fulfill other expectations, but for your own expectations, for yourself?
For one, my journey of becoming a cop, I feel like I did it for myself. I feel like that is something that I am meant to do.
Right, because you got a lot of flack for that.
Exactly. I get so much different type of hate for just because.
Why is that something that you want to do? Because I know some audience are new. They maybe want to know. Why is that something you want to do?
It's because like I have certain people in my family I've dealt with, like how they've dealt with domestic violence and being abused and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And seeing that there was no repercussion and to those people who did it to them, or rather than just seeing the amount of people that go through so many domestic violence and they get hurt or whatever it is that happens in this world and so many bad things that does happen. I feel like I could be a big contribution to it, to help and be like, hey, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of I've noticed a lot of police officers try to be there, but like I want to be there for especially my community.
Gotcha.
I feel like that's why I could do so much impact in them, is because I know them. I'm a familiar face to them, and hopefully they can trust me in just helping them, and just don't only see me as the guy who has a badge and a gun and is ready to hurt somebody. No, that's not me. I would never want to hurt anybody, but I want to help people, especially nowadays our youth who are just
wilding,
beyond wilding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't lying.
And it's like, bro, like, and the funny thing is, at a certain point, they're gonna realize that, oh damn, I was wilding. I could have been a complete different version of me if I trusted those people who spoke to me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it is.
So.
You know? And I want to be that the person who advocates for youths, and especially Somali youth or Muslim kids who go through so many different type of things that I'm like, hey, bro, I did it. I followed my passion.
Right.
And I love it. And I feel like, in my opinion, me doing this, my passion, what I would love the most about it is because every day is a new day. I'm never not going to ever deal with the same situation.
It's a new adventure.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I love. I'm an adventurous type of guy.
Right.
You know, I deal with different type of people, different type of minority groups.
Problem solving.
Everything.
So,
and that's just me. I love it.
Right.
You know?
So
that's
how are
why.
you navigating those expectations where people are telling you, like, this is not it for you? Or maybe even your parents having different expectations. How do you navigate that to live your fulfilling life?
I just tell them the same thing. I do this for myself, not for you.
How did you develop that?
Through tough skins and just hearing a bunch of things about me. I feel like that's how I developed it on my own, to the point where even with Ed Ifton telling me, hey, you know what I'm saying, stop listening to other people and stop letting other people determine what your future is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I finally got to put that in my head and was like, maybe that she's right. I'm not going to let, you know what I'm saying, anybody else determine what my future is besides what Allah has decreed for me. You know, and if it is to help people, alhamdulillah, I will always be happy.
Right.
No matter the amount I get paid, it's something that I enjoy doing. It is something I feel like that puts ease at my heart, knowing that I helped somebody.
Right.
And just to the point where I'm like, hey, bro, I don't care what you say at this point.
Right.
Because I'm out here doing something that I love, and you're out here doing something, sitting at a desk and hating it.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the cost? Was it enough? Was it worth that salary?
Exactly.
Ask yourself. Was it worth that extra money?
I don't know, man. When you calling your wife, hey, babe, I got to do computer science real quick. I'll call you later.
No, listen, but I know some people going to be mad. But look, if you like what you're doing,
yeah,
like,
wallahi, by all means, do it.
That's an innovate. We need that.
Yeah.
We need representation in tech. We need people to be making technologies and code and apps. I use a lot of apps.
Yep.
Come on, brother. I like to see a Muslim brother make an app. I'll buy that right now. So, but I want you to love what you're doing, though. I want you to enjoy what you're doing for you, your family, your community.
I feel like what I would love to see is somebody do what they love for themselves, not others.
Boom. And, you know, for me, bro, if I had my own personal experience, I would say for me navigating I grew up in a lot of poverty. I grew up in a lot of poverty. Not a lot of people know this, but bro, I've been in a shelter twice, raised by a single mother. Twice. I've seen a lot of poverty. I'm not scared by it. Right? I'm not scared by it. And I think a lot of us, Shaitan threatens us with poverty. He puts poverty in our faces. He threatens us with poverty. And thus we do things that are not like us. And subhanAllah, you'll find that a lot of people do crazy things when they're very wealthy. And when people are actually in poverty, they're most grateful, a lot of people. They're actually more appreciative of the little things.
Yeah.
So I'm not really intimidated by poverty. What I am intimidated by is not fulfilling a life that is fulfilling for me.
Okay.
And living a life that wasn't meant for me. Living a life that was not pleasing to me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay.
And I think I learned that through living life and working. I think a lot of people talking about being an entrepreneur and all this stuff. But bro, get a job first. See what that's like. When I worked security and I was seeing all that for working at an Amazon warehouse, scanning packages that you guys would get into your house, working grave.
Yeah.
I said, bro, I was going to sleep hearing the beeps that I was scanning packages. Wallahi, bro, I was hearing beep, beep. This is something I was experiencing. As I was getting ready for marriage, I was stacking up my bread. I was working 2 jobs. And I started realizing, bro, what is enough? Well, the concept of enough. I'm reading this book called The Psychology of Money. A lot of people don't know what enough is. Human beings, we don't know what enough is.
Okay.
There's a hadith from the Prophet Muhammad said, if the children of Adam, if he were given a valley of gold, he would ask for 2. And nothing fills the mouth of Adam, the children of Adam, except dust. Look at that. Death. Death is what's going to give you satiation. Besides that, we're constantly hungry. We got to check ourselves. Let us know, hey, I'm full. I got to say alhamdulillah. And that's something I had to learn. So when you see people who are extremely wealthy, a lot of wealthy people be going to jail for fraud. A lot of people becoming criminals. They be doing things that are illegal.
Yeah.
Right now you hear about cartels. You guys got millions and millions of dollars, but they still doing the stuff. You got people who are doing insider trading in Wall Street.
Yeah.
They got millions of dollars, and they're going to jail for fraud.
I heard Donald Trump too.
Not paying taxes.
Not paying taxes.
Allah. But what I'm telling you right now is, when you are constantly chasing, like for example, the surah that subhanallah always gets me is Alhaakum Takathur. So it's subhanallah, it is one of the surahs that most gets me every time, is chasing the dunya. حتى زرتم المقابر, until you meet the grave. كلا سوف تعلمون. You are going to know. ثم كلا سوف تعلمون. Know that you're going to know. So subhanallah, we're knowing that what? That we are going to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are going to be before Jahannam. Jahannam is waiting. And when we acknowledge that nature of this dunya is only a test.
Come on.
And we're constantly chasing dunya, but we don't slow down. We don't have this idea of what's enough. And I think for me, I'd rather live a life where my kids are comfortable, my wife is comfortable, and I'm living a life that I'm happy with, rather than chasing and not being happy.
Come on. You would never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
And I want my son, Yusuf, and I want my future children, inshallah, from wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may provide for me, to look at me and see dad's face happy. Even I might not have the best days, but I'll come home feeling like I contributed something into the world, my best version of myself. And I think that's what we need to look for. Where am I giving my best self? And I think that's something for all of us to think about as a youth. And that's not something we're going to come up with overnight. Exactly. I don't know that yet. You don't know that yet.
Exactly.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out and just enjoying that journey.
Yeah. And one thing I would say is, what's it called? Think about this question, not for me and you, but for you guys.
Right.
Think about this question. Like we went about it, what Denzel Washington said. Imagine you are on your deathbed.
Right.
And in your deathbed, you have all of these ghosts of your all potentials that you could have acquired into this world looking at you. What would you say to them? Like,
for example, what is that thing that you've been wanting to do? I've had plenty of people talk about podcasts. What is that podcast idea? What is that page that you want to start on Instagram? What is that the da'wah that you wanted to start putting out there? What is that class, that degree you wanted to get after?
That cooking Instagram thing you want to post.
What is that Instagram? What is that whatever? What is that thing, that brand or initiative or business that you've been wanting to start? So subhanAllah, I know people who've done that, and we've done that for ourselves, and we're continuing to put your best foot forward and just get out there.
And also, the one thing I would tell you is, how he said, just do it and think about the repercussions later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just find out.
Just find out.
Right. I think the thing that gets people is the fear of failure.
Dip your toes in some water and see what is it gonna give you.
You know, you talking about dip your toes in water. I think what got me where I am is throwing myself in the ocean. I got married at 19. We started this podcast. I put myself in school. I threw myself in a whole lot of positions.
Oh, never mind. Just throw yourself in the water.
When I remember I was talking
Hopefully you can swim.
I was talking about yeah. See, that's the thing. I was talking to other people that I was talking about, oh, you don't know this, you don't know the outcome, when I was getting married or all this other, I'm having a kid, you know. Some people, oh my God, you know, you're 19, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like this idea of like drowning. Can you swim in this? I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
There you go.
And I think you find out about yourself when you are tested.
And I feel like that is and people need to understand, bro, you can never prepare for life.
You can't.
That's how much I need to. That's how much I don't understand. I'd be arguing. I'm like, you don't know what's going to happen in this world.
Another part is we take ourselves too serious. This is another
Exactly.
part. We take ourselves too serious. I got to succeed. I got to look different. I got to look away. I'm not afraid to tell you that I went through a relationship that didn't work. I'm not afraid to tell you I failed classes and had to retake them. This is part of life. And when we take life so seriously and we take ourselves so seriously, anticipating perfection, when you were told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He didn't create you perfectly. In that sense that you're not supposed to make no mistakes.
Like I've had so many discussions with my friends about the idea of marriage, right?
Right.
And I'm saying, bro, why don't we all get married, bro? You know, I'm like, let's get married, bro. It's good for us, you know?
Right.
Like, nah, bro, I got to be financially stable. All right, boom. you want to be financially stable. That's completely up to you.
Right.
But you would not prepare for the rest of the other things. You think
There's a whole lot that comes outside of that. And financial stability is a huge part.
Yeah, it's a huge part. But
there's
people
other
don't
parts.
understand that
There's other parts that you have to prepare.
there is so many. It's not even you can't prepare for it because you are living with a person you don't know, and mentally your mind is like, oh, I've taken the test. I know what it is.
You know, can I explain something to you? I'm vibing. I'm just gonna talk. Aldi. I was talking to someone. Who was interested, and I was interested in this sister, and just graduating college, no relationship this person has been in. May Allah protect and preserve the sister. But as I'm hearing this person,
yeah,
I'm like, yo, my experience,
yeah,
and this person's experience,
it's completely different.
oh my God, I was like, la ilaha illallah. Like, bro, am I gonna I can't, I respect the sister, but I can see the difference in, I can't explain it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't be in a relationship. I can't even talk to somebody who hasn't been through some kind of test within you that tested your mental capacity, your emotional capacity. And that is required of you.
Exactly.
And now I'm just like, bro, this is crazy.
And people don't think that.
Not a lot of people been through that, and they're scared to be through that. But no, that's the best version of yourself was on the other side of that.
And do you know what drives me crazy? Is people think the financial part is the only is the part that's gonna make everything come together.
No. Like, for example, a lot of these people that I'm talking to have just got some of these people have just gotten out of college.
Yeah.
Their parents told them to wait. So now they're that same kid.
Yeah.
That waited. No other development has been made. Yes, they got that degree, but where's the development?
Exactly. And to me, wallahi, you don't tell me. I be talking to my homies. They're like, bro, no. Like, once you're financially stable, bro, you're good. Like, you can take care of everything. Her emotional stability, I'll throw her some money. That don't work. That does not work.
Some sisters there will. No, but
in my opinion,
I get you.
Yeah, but like, remember how that idea you told me? You give a girl flower one time.
Yeah.
You keep giving her flower. It just becomes the thing.
Yeah.
So now, once she's upset and she expects you to buy something, it's like, oh, you're not really then something else is gonna come up.
No, like, for example, in a relationship, bro. Like, wallahi, bro, now I'm conflicted because I'm like, a sister who's never been in a relationship, like, I don't think she knows what it is. I think they have Disney. And, we always talk about relationships, and sometimes it's starting to get cliche at this talk, but it always has to get added. Bro.
No, because I'm being honest, it frustrates
They got the Disneyland. Even the homies, bro, they got this idea of what a girl wants. But no, sometimes that girl, you talking about money, sometimes she just wants your hand on her shoulder. That's it. Sometimes she just wants you to come close and just look at her.
And that is something that
the little
we
things.
don't prepare for.
You don't know it.
You don't
because you
know
haven't
it.
been through it.
Exactly. And that's why I just say, hey, bro, jump in the water and see what it gets you.
It's the little details that you pick up on experience.
Yeah.
It's one thing when you're watching TV. When you on the field and you seeing the grass blades and you see in the end zone, we've been on that field. You know the details. You pick up on the details.
Yeah.
You develop instincts. But now I'm just like, man, none of y'all got instincts.
Exactly.
Y'all got textbook knowledge.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like all my homies, we know how to play basketball.
Right.
Right? But when it came to a organized basketball 5-on-5,
boom,
we completely pooped our pants.
Look at that.
You feel me? Because now it's like, it's a different type of environment. The details are very different.
Right.
Now there's somebody looking at you all the time to say, hey, you walk, travel, you do this, carry.
Well, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something very important. When you're looking for a partner or you're looking for anything, I'd say a partner especially.
Yeah.
You're not looking for somebody who maybe has experience. Man, we're 22. What you're looking for somebody in life as a partner or anything is a companion who's a growth mindset.
Boom. Someone you could grow with.
And has that mindset. Maybe they might not have the experience, but they're willing to grow.
Yeah.
They're willing to let go of assumptions of how a relationship looks like, how a dynamic looks like. And they're willing to say, let's figure this out.
Okay.
When you're in a relationship with this kind of person, they're able to work with you. They're able to collaborate, problem solve, teamwork. But when you have someone who's a fixed mindset and they're immature, how can you work with this? You can't. You're looking for someone who wants Disney, Bollywood, Instagram couple, childish.
Yeah.
So now I'm 22 and I'm like, bro, it is hard to find this. And I'll wait. And I'm going to keep developing myself. That's fine. I'm not going to worry. I'm looking to make the best version of myself for me. For me.
Yeah.
Nobody else. And whoever joins me on that journey with that growth, then let's get it. But some people, they rush, or a lot of us brothers, they rush, or they end up in a relationship that may not have been the best fit.
Yeah.
And they have not taken all these calculations, but that's okay. Because why? You get that experience. You find out more about yourself, and you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Don't take yourself too seriously. You're going to fail. That's one thing I learned from myself. Be willing to laugh at yourself. Be willing to laugh at yourself, laugh at your plans, learn.
Okay.
And when you can learn and laugh at yourself, then you stress less. You live more. Bro, and that's what I'm learning, bro. And it's actually fun. Because now you can have fun on this journey, Instead of taking yourself too serious on the little details and the little details that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things, you can live your life.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the journey.
But sometimes don't let the little things pile up too much before they become a big thing.
Boom. That's another big part.
Feel me?
And that's another part, like with therapy. I posted on my Twitter post that actually got a lot of likes. I was like, whoa. I said something along the lines of like, when you're feeling annoyed, frustrated, or these experiences, because I was having a long day, and it just thought came to my mind. But I had sympathy with myself. I said, look, man, you had a long day, man. You didn't sleep that much. You was hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things like, all these things like, hey, I'm just in a bad mood. But instead of saying like, you get upset because of you're upset.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, no, this is other reasons why I'm not feeling and that's okay. And a lot of people resonated with that. And when you let things pile up by not acknowledging, hey, things that you experience, like therapy, I was talking about, things you've experienced. If you don't process that and you allow it to build up, it's going to blow up in your face. And now you are here looking at an explosion of anger, frustration, saying things you didn't want to say. And now you're looking at yourself in the mirror, regretting what you did. So processing that daily, journaling, self-reflection is very important. You know what I'm saying? But alhamdulillah, hey, bro, we're trying to get out of here. We're trying to go hoop. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't even know how long we were doing this
for. An hour and 30.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah, beautiful discussion.
Very. I like this so
much.
I
like this type of discussion, and let us know if you guys want more of these. I realize you guys like these.
Yeah.
I think there's just vibing conversation, sharing our stories, and just being not so formal.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
I liked it. It was very raw.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Anyways, inshallah, if you guys benefited, make sure you guys go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and share with a friend or a family member who will benefit. And hey, man, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and give us a review to be given a shot at the review of the week.
Yep.
All right, y'all. We're going to holler at y'all.
Please don't forget to subscribe, turn your post notification on, and hit a like button on that YouTube video.
All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.